Alright, BobalosRex here, and the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, I'm going to be going over the new hero talents they revealed, giving my opinion. You know, it's all my opinion. I don't main, and I'm not into min-maxing, so I'm not going to be critical in getting it sorted out and balanced, but I can give my opinion about how it could feel, how it sounds, and I do like looking at class stuff a lot. So I'm going to split this one up into 4. Alright, so I'm just going to talk about Druid in this one, and then I'll release another one today, which will be about Hunter, and then tomorrow, Mage and Priest. And so let's get into it. I've already talked about all this stuff, you know. I've already talked about how I feel hero talents are going to end up. To me, they're an offshoot of what Covenants were, and it's given us 2 options, and everyone's opinion is going to be different, but they're asking for feedback, and that's what I'm going to give. So let's get to Druid. And I'm glad we get to see what Druid is. I've been right with a bunch of these. I was wrong with a few, I think with the Paladin, but with these, I was pretty right. I think the ones today. So, Keeper of the Grove Druid for balance and restoration. So Resto gets Keeper and Wild Stalker. Sounded about right. Feral gets Wild Stalker, Druid of the Claw, and Guardian gets Druid of the Claw, and Elun's Chosen. Balance gets Elun's Chosen, and Keeper of the Grove. So if you're balanced and you get to level 71, you'll get to choose between these 2. Guardian gets to choose between these 2. Feral these 2. Resto these 2. That's how it works. Alright, and then as you level up, you'll get all the talents in that specific one. And you can freely swap. I'm hoping down the line they may open it up if that's what people want. Keepers of the Grove take inspiration from Cenarius' mighty children to protect the balance of nature and safeguard the dream. They channel the power of the dream to make their spells especially potent and summon empowered treants to protect their allies and crush their enemies. Alright. Dream Surge. I've done those. Force of Nature grants 3 charges of Dream Burst, causing your next Wrath or Starfire to explode on the target, dealing nature damage to nearby enemies, damage reduced beyond 5 targets. Grove Guardians cause your next targeted heal to create 2 Dream Petals near the target, healing up to 3 nearby allies, stacks up to 3 charges. Force of Nature, so that's the summon thing, grants 3 charges of Dream Burst. Alright, and then Grove Guardians, that's the healer one, I'd imagine. Causes it to drop petals. That's kind of cool. Trance of the Moon. Your trance casts Moonfire on nearby targets about once every 6 seconds. That's cool! The moon goes... or the trees... That's awesome. I like that. Power of Nature. Your force of nature, and this is a choice one. Everyone's gonna have 4 choices. Choice nodes. Your force of nature treants no longer taunt and deal 20% increased damage. There you go. That's the one. Unless your tank needs it, nah, let them blast. Your Grove Guardians increase the healing of your Rejuvenation, Effervescence, and Life Boon by 5% while active. Alright. So they just buff it while they're up, so that's good. Your Force of Nature treants have 50% increased health. So these are sturdy, so this is the other choice. So you have the damage ones and you have the tanky ones. Durability of Nature. Your Grove Guardian's Nourish and Swiftman spells also apply a minor Cenarian ward that heals the target over 8 seconds the next time they take damage. That's pretty good. I'm not well in tune with Druid healing, so I'm not even... I cannot really talk on the subject. Alright. I did it in Legion, but that's about it. I've not done it recently. I need to get used to it again. It's very different. But it seems cool. I like the idea. The idea of this spec overall is tree mode, right? If you're a boomkin going Guardian of Cenarius, you're like, bro, trees and moon blasts. Trees moon blasting. And if you're a Restoration Druid, it's about me and my tree homies gonna heal the world kind of vibe. And then the other one for Resto is gonna be the Wild Stalker, and we've seen Elun's Chosen. So balance, all of balance has been revealed. So first testable spec on the alpha is going to be balance for sure. And then Resto will be able to choose whatever Wild Stalker is, which will be the I think the kitty Resto. Alright, let's get back to this choice node. Bounteous Bloom. Your Force of Nature treants generate 3 astral power every 2 seconds. Great. Your Grove Guardian's healing is increased by 20%. Alright, just increase for increased healing here, more astral power there. Early Spring, Force of Nature's cooldown is reduced by 10 seconds. Alright, so that's more blasting, though. And then Grove Guardian's cooldown is reduced by 3 seconds. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know what's going to end up being better, or maybe it's just going to be a feels thing. Whichever one you prefer. Then we got Harmony of the Grove, the capstone. Let's look at it. Each of your Force of Nature treants increases damage your spells deal by 3% while active. So you definitely want to keep them up if you're DPS. You do not want them dying if you're DPS. Like. And then each of your Grove Guardians increase your healing done by 3% while active. Okay, that's cool. Alright, let's check this middle row. Expansiveness. Your maximum mana is increased by 5%, and your maximum astral power is increased by 20. Alright. So you're just getting more mana as a resto and more astral power. Cap. Cenarius' Might. Casting Star Surge or Starfall increases the damage of your next Star Surge or Starfall by 10%, stacking up to 2 times. Casting another spell cancels this effect. Oh, so you really just want to dump. You wanna pump up all your astral power and then just dump all into Star Surges. And then here for Resto, casting Regrowth, Wild Growth, or Swiftman increases the healing of your next Regrowth, Wild Growth, or Swiftman by 10%, stacking up to 2 times. Casting another spell cancels this effect. Could you cast the different ones, or do you just gotta cast the same one in a row? I think for Resto that's really good. That could be good. You just gotta spam Regrowths. Or an AoE spam Wild Growths. Power of the Dream. Alright, we got another choice here. Power of the Dream. Force of Nature grants an additional stack of Dream Burst. The Dream Burst is the AoE. The AoE burst. So this is just going to amplify Boomkin's AoE. Alright. Oh, I wonder if this will end up being AoE single target. We'll have to see, honestly. We already have it revealed, so we gotta ask Tettles. We gotta ask all the Moonkins which one they feel is what. I'm just gonna go based off what I feel the character would go, honestly. I'm RP for all characters. Well, not really RP, but I just do whatever I vibe with the character with, unless you're my main raider. That's how I play. So, for me, it's just going to be feels. So, choice node. Power of the Dream. Force of Nature grants an additional stack of Dream Burst. Healing spells cast with Dream Surge, generating additional petals, so more petals. Cenarius' Might increases spell damage or healing by an additional 5%. Alright. So it's buffing that. And then Control of the Dream. This is the other choice. Time elapsed while your major abilities are available to be used is subtracted from that ability's cooldown after the next time you use it, up to 5 seconds. Time elapsed. Interesting. I literally have no idea what that means. Affects nature, swiftness, incarnate, tree of life, force of nature. All I know is that you get your abilities quicker. That's it. Clearly, we're going to be getting our abilities off cooldown more, but I do not understand in how. I'm not going to lie. Because it's... I'm trying to figure out how that's going to work. That's worded interesting. Affects nature, swiftness, incarnate, tree of life, force of nature, celestial alignment, and convoke the spirits. Oh, I think it's you get your cooldowns faster in some way by when they're used. But I don't know if it's like, is that just during the fight? I don't know, because it feels like it's gonna start subtracting more cooldown. I don't know. Protective growth. We're back at the top here. Protective growth. Your regrowth protects you, reducing damage you take by 1% while regrowth is on you. Okay, so that's good healing. For this is a defensive. The defensive one. I don't know if the row is defensive, but this one is for both Boomkins and Resto. Grove's and then we got a choice note here. Grove's Inspiration, Wrath, and Starfire damage increased by 12%. Alright, simple. You know, maybe we need more variety. I wonder if we're going to see hero talents reworks during the expansion that are going to buff specs, hero specs. And then the other one, Persistent Enchantments. Orbital Strike applies Stellar Flare for 20 seconds, and Primordial Arcane Pulsar grants Celestial Alignment for 2 additional seconds. Reforestation grants Tree of Life for 2 additional seconds. Alright. Seems like your cooldowns do more. Button. Normal stuff does more, cooldowns do more. Alright. That's going to be a simple choice. Is it a long fight, or do we need burst? And then, or whichever one just does more. Alright. With the math, you know. Blooming Infusion. Every 5 regrowths you cast makes your next Wrath, Starfire, and Tangling Root instant. Increases the damage it deals by 100%. Alright. Every 5 Star Surges or Starfalls you cast makes your next regrowth or entangling root is instant. Alright, so this is helps damage for healers. Helps healing for Boomkins. That's going to be nice. You know. How it's going to sim versus a Loon's Chosen for the min-maxers. You know, I ain't going to know. Is any of this going to change? Maybe. Maybe. But vibes-wise, it's pretty plain. It is just pretty plain. Like, I just wonder, is this going to be visually cool? Are you going to just have more trees around? Are you going to have your trees around more? You know, is that what it's going to feel like? And then, I don't remember what this one was like, but that one just felt like you're blasting more, and you got astral powers and all this. Whereas this one is just like, I got my trees. Because it was tree heavy. Here, hold up. It was tree heavy here. But you're not really getting tree. Your Dream Surge is just popping a thing. Your capstone here is just popping a thing. And then you're just more powerful during your burst, like your trees. You know, maybe it'll be an interesting choice for healers. But yeah, it does what it does. You know, either go Tree Boomkin or Astral Boomkin or a Loon Boomkin. You know. So there's that. There's Boomkin. Next up is, I believe, Hunter. So I gotta get to that video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.